If you look at the rhetoric out there, do you think there's a risk that there will be some sort of war, some sort of military clash between Iran, the United States, Israel?
Well, certainly some people who were successful in creating a war last time are hard at it again. But I think at the end of the day, some sense will prevail, and people will find out that it's suicidal to engage in a war with Iran. Iran is different from other countries. You see, the United States is used to dealing with countries that rely on outside as their source of legitimacy, as their source of strength. It is our people who are the source of our strength.
That was part of NBC News chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel's exclusive interview with Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif on the sidelines of the 2019 Munich Security Conference in Germany. And Richard joins us now live from Munich. Richard, what more did he tell you?
So we sat down and discussed a lot of subjects. Iran has taken notice of the increasingly hostile tone that Trump administration officials are talking about when they discuss Iran. They're just wrapped up a conference in Poland that was specifically aimed at gathering international consensus against Iran. At that conference, Vice President Pence, who's due here in Munich, said that Iran is working to carry out another Holocaust. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has talked about gathering support for a policy to either carry out a war or confront Iran, depending on which translation of the Hebrew you use. So the Iranians are certainly taking notice of this rhetoric. Then I asked the Iranian foreign minister, considering just 2 weeks from now, President Trump, who likes this unorthodox style of diplomacy, in just 2 weeks he's going to be meeting with the chairman of North Korea. So I asked the Iranians, would they like to do something similar? Would they like to have a diplomatic breakthrough, considering they are suffering so much from U.S. sanctions, which were tightened after the U.S. pulled out of the nuclear deal? And he said, frankly, not really.
President Trump has said he's open to meeting one day with your president, the Iranian president, potentially to renegotiate the Iran deal.
Why should we renegotiate a deal which we spent not just a couple of hours meeting, but 13 years to negotiate? And we negotiated with the United States. Why should we trust President Trump that he would abide by his own signature? We're talking about a country that has withdrawn from every known treaty, from INF, from UNESCO, from Council on Human Rights, from NAFTA, from whatever, you name it, they've withdrawn from it.
So it came down to a question of credibility. The Iranian foreign minister said that while they don't want to suffer under these sanctions and they are causing real economic pain, they don't think it would make sense to just sit down, have a photo op with President Trump, who might then go around and break the deal. One last bit of news. Wow. If you remember, in the New York Times a couple of days ago, there was a bit of exclusive reporting that said that the Trump administration has intensified its sabotage campaign, particularly to sabotage Iranian missiles. Well, the Iranian foreign minister did confirm that Iran has recently had two, not one, but two unsuccessful missile launches, and said that they are investigating to see if they were in fact sabotaged. And he said, quote, "It's a possibility."
NBC's Richard Engel, thank you very, very much for that report.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.